Hey up guys, S-Man, back at it again with a brand new Horizons review. Now, last week, I didn't do a review because I'd never watched the episode until this week. And you know what's funny about that? I watched them back to back. I got spoiled. And it's not the one from last week. I got spoiled on this week's because I took too long to watch it, because I didn't watch it as it aired. The first thing I saw the second it ended was the big spoiler of the episode, and I didn't even know the episode was done airing yet. Like, it was 6 a.m. and I just opened Instagram and there was a post about it. Like, why? But yeah, I hope you guys make sure you guys like this video and subscribe for more content like this in the future. Let's just get right into both reviews. Okay, the first episode, I have nothing really to say about it, to be honest. It was literally just Liko solo adventure while Roy and Dot do some things on the side to set up their studies, which is continued into the episode this video is going to be mainly focusing about. But a quick things I did like about last week's episode, I like the focus on Toad's school. I like the little relationship between Liko and all of her Pokemon, and I don't know, I'm kind of annoyed Florogato's getting annoyed again that Liko is focusing on the two babies, but I do like that it matured a bit. And I do think it's funny that Roy and Liko were roasting Freed while Dot was praising him. I did think that part was funny. But besides that, the episode was really just a 5 out of 10. It was just a little like bridge episode between this big episode and Dot's battle. Now, let's get into the episode we've all been waiting for. It is the return of Wattrel. Okay, so this episode basically starts off with Liko and Dot failing to capture video for their project. Dot is incredible at videos, but her Pokemon keep messing it up, while Liko sucks at making videos. And then we also get Roy trying to study a Capsakid. And I gotta say, if this episode hadn't been about Wattrel, it would have been a good capture episode for Roy. But also, I don't know if Capsakid fits his team. It was fun, like, paired up with his Pokemon and him during the episode. But I don't know. I kind of wanted Dot to capture Capsakid so it can fit. So she can have the types that she doesn't have currently. And I don't really want characters to overlap types that they already have. So it makes sense that he didn't really capture Capsakid, because when it evolves into School Villain, it's fire and grass, and he already has Fuecoco. But that's the only thing I'm really going to talk about Capsakid capture-wise. There was a lot of people talking about, oh, Roy should have captured Capsakid. That was a big L in the episode. I don't really mind it. I thought it would have been cool because I kind of want to see the characters catch more Pokemon and evolve their old ones, which, foreshadowing, I'm happy we did see. Which, it's okay if they didn't really capture, if they showed the latter and actually a little more development. But yeah, basically, they're all doing their studies. Roy decides to do it on Capsakid. That's when Fuecoco decides a good way to help out Roy is to give him a berry. So he gives him the berry, and then goes to get more. Meanwhile, Wattrel is also sitting around watching this, feeling left out that it can't really do anything. So it tries to fly into a tree to get more berries. But because it's not a strong flyer, as been established from previous episodes, thank you, Horizons, by keeping your continuity with Wattrel's flying ability being a lot weaker, it fails at getting the berries and gets upset. But I just gotta say, I'm so happy to see Wattrel again. Wattrel has been inconsistently MIA. Meanwhile, we get Tink-a-Tink every episode, and we get Hatena and Niko's Hood every episode, and just Terrapaga's walking around. It's so good to see my boy Wattrel, the original captured before Quaxley was even captured, getting some screen time and not being MIA. But yeah, Roy notices that Wattrel was a little upset because of his failure to get the berries, and even notices Wattrel disappear at night as it wants to try to get the berry, as it's determined to make up for what it couldn't do during the day. That's when Fuecoco and Roy start cheering it on, but it still gets a little embarrassed and just upset. But that's when suddenly a ghost attacks Roy and his Pokemon. And that ghost is Houndstone. It's actually not attacking him, it's just playing with him because it's Ryme's Houndstone. And Ryme was just out at night on a cool little walk and runs into Roy. And I love this interaction. I hope we get to see them battle, because that's probably the best person for Roy to battle. Because in my opinion, I feel like out of the 3 kids, each of them are going to have 4 major battles, divided among the gym leaders in Elite Four, especially, and it works because some of the gym leaders double up on Elite Four, aka Larry. I thought Roy's best battle option would probably be, obviously, Gracias, Ryme, Larry, and potentially Castle. I feel like those 4 would have been the better battle options for Roy, because not only does it fit his Pokemon he has now, but it also fit his style of just him as a character and his love for the music and singing. And that's how he relates for Ryme. And I also think in a battle against Ryme would probably be Fuecoco's best shot at evolution anytime soon. But yeah, I like seeing Ryme rap with Roy, and then it actually lures out the Capsakid, and then Roy gets distracted trying to record it for the project. But that's when Ryme just continues rapping and even talks about Fuecoco a bit, which could be hinting that it's going to evolve soon and gain its ghost typing. But that's when Ryme disappears like a ghost. And then when Roy tries to talk about it, the experience in the morning, all of his footage is gone, and it's like Ryme was never there. I think that's interesting, and I can't wait to see more of Ryme. This was a good teaser for her in the future, and I like that when we get to see these gym leaders before they appear. I like that we saw Gracias before his major battle with Roy, and we also had consistently seen Io. And I'm happy that we got a hint of what's to come from Ryme. But they continue their projects over the next day, and that's when Wattrel continues to try to get the berries, but then gets upstaged by Fuecoco, getting annoyed, because I like that they kept that consistent as well, that Wattrel and Fuecoco like to bicker a lot, although they were chill on the end of the episode and near the beginning, but it was just that Wattrel felt insecure around Fuecoco getting stronger while it stayed weaker. And I also feel like Wattrel being MIA for a long time, just consistently not being used and just being a background, also could have added to this insecurity. Yeah. Roy goes to look for Wattrel after it storms off and finds Capsakid accidentally get stuff stuck on a cliff. So Roy goes to help it. On the way down, Roy almost falls, and that causes Wattrel to come see what's going on to its trainer, because he obviously does care about Roy. But yeah, Roy's okay. He makes it to Capsakid and actually grows a little bond and trust between Capsakid, because Capsakid shoots its little leaf thingies in its mouth, and Roy compliments it and thinks it's cool. So he puts out his hand to reach for Capsakid, and it takes his arm. And Roy catches it, baby. I'm just kidding. He didn't catch it. But Roy then goes to finish the save, but that's when he realizes he can't carry Capsakid and climb the mountain, especially because it's how steep and messed up the mountain is. So that's when Wattrel decides it's time to shine. Jumps off the cliff and goes to fly to go give Roy the assist. But it gets stuck in the wind over and over again. But then Wattrel digs deep down, pushes through, and helps Capsakid out and saves it. That's my boy Wattrel. He's looking out for his trainer and helping him out, and he's not being useless like he thought. I'm happy to see that Wattrel is finally getting just the shine it deserves. After this, it's time for Roy to get up the cliff, and that's when Luico and Dot arrive after being alerted to Roy's location through Antenna's emotion. Roy begins climbing while Luico and Dot freak out for his safety, and I thought that was hilarious. But yeah, their freaking out wasn't for nothing, because Roy accidentally gets knocked off by the wind, and Wattrel jumps in to save him. But because he's a little bird, he can't really do anything, so that's why he evolves into Killer Wattrel and saves Roy. And that's really where the episode ends. Capsakid runs off. Roy realizes he doesn't have any footage to talk about his project. Killer Wattrel, and Roy now walks off with his new friend, Killer Wattrel, as they head off into the horizon. I really liked this episode. I felt like Wattrel's evolution was, I don't know, the idea of Wattrel evolving, because that was like the main leak slash debate about what was probably happening in the episode about Wattrel after not appearing for a while. I kind of feel like iffy about it evolving, but realistically, if it didn't evolve now, I don't know when it could have. Especially because of, like, the anime loves to have the little birds evolve early on, and Wattrel has been around for like 40 episodes. Hasn't battled, but consistently has really just been around and didn't really do much. Compared to a lot of Ash's birds who evolve like almost immediately and then actually do stuff. But that's the thing. They consistently evolve immediately because when they're weaker, Ash tends not to. And I get that for the anime writers, especially having a little bird go into battles, like especially against bigger Pokemon as the series goes on, wouldn't really work. So they tend to evolve them, and I get that. It's just I wish Wattrel got a proper battle besides its training match against Cap. This is why I wish like all the gym battles were 2-on-2s, because especially after you made every character sure they had 2 Pokemon by the time they start the draft reports, just for like all the battles you really won. That's what I really feel like a little iffy about Wattrel's evolution here. Hopefully this does lead to it being in more battles, but we'll see. Overall, I really like this episode. I liked what it did for Wattrel as a character, and Roy as a character, and just the entire development between Roy and Wattrel as it evolves to save the training. And I also liked the setup for next week's episode. Seeing Ryme a bit, I loved seeing her. She was fun, and even adds a bit to the foreshadowing at the end of the episode with the Annihilate that the crew is going to fight next episode. Yeah. Overall, I guess I'll give this episode 8 out of 10. Could have done some stuff better that they cement it higher, but I really like it. I feel like it was a good evolution, better than a lot of Ash's birds, like the first evolution. But honestly, I'm happy for Wattrel, and I hope this puts the shift towards the kids developing more as trainers with their Pokemon growing strong. If you guys like this video, subscribe for more content like this in the future. S-Man, signing off.